Yeah, boom, we're back. Tru-Mon Show, all we need is good energy, good vibes, and that's what we have tonight. Great panel again in front of me, Mr. Santos, Bonacci, and Rob again, Rob Pinchot, my friend from Buffalo, New York, and Santos from Australia. How are you guys?
Great.
Superb.
Perfect. Today we have a lot of stuff to talk about. Again, as always, we're going to be always very, it's not a distraction show. It's a show to learn stuff and to elevate our consciousness altogether. This is the whole goal of the show here. It's not to distract the masses, but to elevate the consciousness, and we do that together as one. So it's very simple. My message is very, very simple. It's wake up and live and rise and shine your light. I don't think it's a very, very hard message to understand. But first, Santos, you have a lot of stuff to... We're going to do my birth chart again tonight. Like I said, the last show, we're going to do that. I want to talk about the... Someone printed me a message also that Lily, before the show, commented something in the chat, and I found it very, very interesting to develop on. We will go with this, and the path of the sun in the sky and the moon also I would like to talk about, and the chemtrails, and Pilot Alex is going to be on our next show together. So a lot of stuff. But first, Santos, I think you want to go on with some stuff you have to tell us about devil. What is it you said? Devil worshipper or something?
Yeah, exactly. Devil worshippers. Yeah, I'm going to expose 3 demon worshippers.
Yeah, demon worshippers.
Yeah. These, they're infiltrating the truth movement in their panties. These 3 guys here, Cullen Smith, Christopher Lord, I believe that's his name, and Danny the Dunce, they dress in their panties and they bring pseudoscience to the world. Here they are. There's Cullen. He's always on the left. You always need to put Cullen on the left here, always looking at his boyfriend, Christopher. And they love Danny. They're big fans of Danny. They're all the biggest upside down pseudoscientists the planet has ever known, on steroids. And what they teach is demon worship through the left hand tantric path. Now, syncretism is right hand. It always has been, always will be. Okay, I've always promoted pure sexuality. I haven't promoted aberrations and depravity of throwing away out of your body your vital force. Okay, so true syncretism, not pseudoscience, Santos syncretism that these 3 plagiarists are doing. Well, I don't know what this guy actually does. I know this guy's the supreme ejaculator of the world. This guy's the #1 cartoonist in the world. But this guy, no one knows. He looks like he's a model out of Hollywood. I think all these guys are MK Ultra, Tavistock, Pizzagate, mind-controlled panty shills. So they're infiltrating Facebook massively in their panties. Watch out, man, because it's not a good look. Okay, man panties. It's like, doesn't do anything for me personally, but they undress, pose in their panties, all kinds of pseudoscience posing. It's like Zoolander, eat your heart out. Okay, village people on steroids. And so
people on steroids.
Yeah. So is the bullshit. See, they're globetards and they're upside down. There they are, and they're worried about the flat earthers falling off the edge. Actually, they laugh about the flat earthers. These guys, they laugh that the flat earthers are going to fall off the edge, and they're upside down.
Yeah,
right.
Spinning, rotating, wobbling, thrusting, hurtling, flying. What other maneuvers is the Earth doing? Very clever, the Earth. Spinning, zippity-doo.
Zillion miles an hour.
Mate, they can handle 1,038 mile an hour centrifugal thrust and still stay on upside down on the Earth. These guys are great, man. These guys are the best pseudo-syncretists. Hang on a minute. I think I know what this guy does. Now, people might think I'm having a grudge. I'm not having a grudge. I've never watched their videos. They watch all of my videos, everything, and take notes and make video after video about me in their panties with photos of.
I had anyway. I wanted to bring it on that thing today, Santos, because to me, you know, when you talk about information is out there. It's free. It's like it doesn't belong to anybody. Anybody can take the information of anybody and re-give it on another way or whatever, like present it in his way. That's what I do. That's what we all did with the Flat Earth. We all take the information of mostly Eric Dubé, and we're all doing our things with it. So what's the thing of accusing Santos of taking this, or you taking, like, it's so nonsense. And that's why I didn't embark in that nonsense, because I find it's pure ego, pure egotistic nonsense.
Yeah, because you are intelligent. These are unintelligent, dull Neanderthals, globetards, dying race. Yeah. And so but they are supporting the globe because you've got global governance, global economy, you've got global religion, you've got global science, which is pseudoscience of the Cullen Smith kind. Look, if you waste your time going to their channel, this guy's channel is called, I've got to stop myself from laughing, Tru-Theresy.
Oh, that's a guy. That's the guy I'm talking to you about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy, Lord of Seed Wasters, actually calls his channel Tru-Theresy. Truth is a conspiracy, right? He's trying to say it's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
That's what upside down people do. They're upside down. Okay, they've never been upright before, so they don't know what it's like. They've evolved from monkeys. They're relativists. So the reason why they love their Santa globe is because they love global governance. Up the back side, you know, like sodomy. They love it. Yeah. They bend over more for the globe and the globalist Jesuits who gave us the globe. By the way, this might be handy. I've got a list here of all the Jesuits who invented the globe in 1543. I don't know, Danny the Dunce, Cucky Boy, and perhaps Chrissy, Lord of Seed Wasters, might like to hear the list. That's a bit of research I've done. There's some names of some people who gave you the Hollywood Humpty Dumpty globe, Cullen, Christopher, and Danny. Geez, very clever they are. Okay, so Pietro Pomponazzi, Gasparo Contarini, Francesco Giorgi, Paolo Sarpi, Fulgenzio Micanzio, Abbot Antonio Conti, Juan Maria Ortez. These are the guys in the 1500s, 1600s, and 1700s. The first three funded Copernicus. The second three funded Galileo Galilei. Jesuits, they're all Jesuits, Copernicus, all of them. And the last two funded Newton and his gravity hoax. Yeah. Gravity, the false god of demon worship. Never been proven. A theory, a hypothesis. And all the retards bow down to the Freemasonic, satanic, demon worshipping gravity globe.
Yeah, it's a mathematical gravity.
Yeah.
You'd say that the demon worshippers are like the 1%, is what you're saying?
Well, these guys actually, these three here, these clowns here, they bend over for globalism and the globe. They love the globe, the false idol of gravity. They'll do everything for globalism because they are Pizzagate, MK Ultra shills, dressed in their panties to seduce young boys and other people, but mostly young boys, and bring them into the cult of ejaculating all over the place. Because ejaculators can't please women. Men who ejaculate just, like they are the self-genital pleasers. They don't know how to please women. Only the right hand and And Cucky Boy knows this because he's never pleased a woman in his life, because you can't, because he's an ejaculator. So the prodigal son, he left his father's kingdom in heaven and went down with the prostitutes and the whores and the sluts and the meretricious women and the drunkards to fornicate and practice loose conduct and be an ejaculator. And then the ejaculator repents, saves his seed, brings it back up to heaven and transmutes. Gets some transmuting done, you know, some beneficial stuff instead of just ejaculating everywhere.
Right.
It's pretty sad. But
yeah,
hey, you know, I mean, if you want to go to their channels, as I said before, Truth Heresy, you might want to go there. I don't know. This one's called Cullen Smith. They've got about 14 subscribers of underage boys. You'll learn a lot of stuff. Oh, you'll learn a shitload of stuff upside down, but you'll be forever learning, but never coming to an accurate knowledge of truth, because they're Santos syncretists. That's what the Bible says. Forever learning, 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 upside down bullshit, more. Give me a shitload of that bullshit, Christopher, because you're good at bull. Cucky Boy, how about an ejaculation of bullshit? Because he ejaculates a lot of bullshit, Cucky Boy. And so you might think I have a grudge, but it's not a grudge. I have one grudge. People who teach that the left-hand tantric path, which is downward going to hell, to do eternal favors for demons down there, and lots of ejaculating, and the right-hand path, which I've always taught, which is to have proper sex, which is the spiritual orgasm, which is the transmuting type of sex, which brings you up to heaven, which is the kind of sex which I'm going to read right now for all the diligent students of truth and who don't want to just be upside down prodigal son ejaculators like Cucky Boy. So I'm just going to read something here. According to seers, we have 8 principal centers. The rule says one must start from the bottom, from the first center, pass on to the second, and carry on successively until one reaches the last of the steps. That is how one discovers seeing. Yeah, okay, so he's talking about how can we become seers, clairvoyant, not channelers, clairvoyant, which is superior to a channeler. Okay, so how do you activate your third eye and seeing? Through transmuting your sexual energy. Okay, so not ejaculating it. That is how one discovers seeing. The energy climbs up the spinal column, bang, bang, center by center, one until one reaches the full potential that we as luminous beings are destined for. Where does the energy move to? Asked one of the assistants. As we have previously seen, Don Melchor replied, for human beings, only sexual energy exists. It can be wasted the way ordinary people waste it. Ordinary people? Ordinary guys. These guys are demon worshippers par excellence on steroids. Never has demonism been promoted more heavily than the Panty-Power Trinity, the Panty-Power boys. These boys are the best at satanic deception. The best. You can't beat these guys in their panties, of course. The challenge is so I'll keep reading. It can be wasted the way ordinary people waste it, or it can be accumulated and transmuted to other levels. The challenge is to transform that energy, moving it from one center to another until it has come round full circle. That was the goal of the spiritualist, the transcendentalist. So, folks, I'm here to warn you. My warning is grave. I know I've been very attacking here towards these pseudoscientists. There's no grudge against them at all. I have a grudge with the plagiarism and the pseudoscience that they are teaching, which is very, very destructive and harmful to the soul of the individual. You will perish in hell if you follow anything that Cullen teaches. You will perish in hell. The warning is you will perish in hell. He is I've seen his birth chart. He's got deception all over. He's got a T-square in mutable signs, Mars, Venus square, and all of this. I've posted about this square and this T-square that he has. He's a Satanist, pure and pure. I hope he repents in his panties or not, but I hope he repents because we need to get the truth right and love the truth and get on the right path, not the left-hand tantric path. Pure demonism, pure filth and depravity. That's all these boys can offer you. They are liars. They are Satanists, demon worshippers, pseudoscientists, plagiarists. They have nothing original. I mean, at least I've got some original stuff. I mean, I've got a bit. Okay, so I can point to that. They can't point to anything at all original. I believe Christopher Lord is saying that I stole his knowledge of Taurus fields and bulls and that stuff. Well, okay, all right, I did. Here's one I stole off you, Christopher Lord. I'm going to admit this one. This is what I stole off Christopher Lord. I have to be honest. You know how
okay, but isn't it what we're doing? Each one teach one. Like I'm lost a bit. To me, you didn't take nothing from him. It's each one teach one. If he wouldn't want to share his information, why is he going to put it on YouTube?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, look,
it's total nonsense.
It's total nonsense. He's like the government. They want to tax you for your water, then the air, every fart you do. Christopher Lord's like that. He thinks that I stole the word "the" from him, and the word "and" "if" and "yours" and "his" and all these words that everyone collectively uses. Christopher Lord is suggesting that I stole the word "the" off him. Now I don't know. I've been using "the" since I was little, Christopher. I don't think you inspired. I don't think you inspired me to. Now maybe I did, and I wasn't using "the" before I watched your 3 seconds of one of your videos. Anyway, look, Panty Power boys. I'm sorry that I can't reciprocate for all the time you spend watching my photos and my presentations and all the love you send me. I'm glad that you're plagiarizing everything I do and trying to sell yourself off as syncretists. You will be known as Panty Power syncretists, cartoon syncretists, plagiarist syncretists, if I can help it, because I want people to get on the right path, and the right path is the right-hand path. Anyway, this is what I stole off Christopher Lord of Seed Wasters, the upside-down ejaculator. See, he always does his Taurus fields like this, and then he puts the plane of inertia in the middle. I stole that off him. I got the plane of inertia. Remember I did this the other week?
Yep.
And then I said that was the planet. Sorry, guys. I got that from Chris. Chris knows about this shit. Chris is a clever boy in his panties. And then I said, and then we did that. Remember I said Earth, planet of Earth, plane of inertia that exists in every single Taurus field. Oh yeah, Chrissy boy taught me this. He knows about the plane of inertia, and he knows that actually corresponds to the planet of Earth in the Earth's Taurus field. Taurus tree, the Tauri, the Yggdrasil tree coming out. See, there's the North Pole. He also teaches this. See, on our flat Earth, Christopher teaches that this is Antarctica out here, and this is the North Pole. He's right. Christopher's right on it. And blue shift rarefaction happens at the North Pole, hence the blue, green, violet aurora borealis, because compression is happening there. And Kaki Boy corresponds with me on that one, because he knows my work on the analemma is accurately showing how and proving how astrology can only work on a flat Earth, and astrology has always been geocentric, unless Cullen Smith disagrees, of course, and he rewrites all the books and starts teaching that astrology is heliocentric, like the left-hand path demon worshippers. But apart from that, all the astrology books I've ever read, you know, and I've read a few, Ptolemy, the greatest who ever lived, geocentric, hang on a minute, I need my glasses, geocentric astrology. Oh, okay. Well, so I stole all of this of Chrissy Boy. He's clever. Even though he's upside down, he's very, very intelligent in his panties. And so what else did I steal off him? Well, Thor. Yeah. Tor. Bull. I'll leave the bull up to him. They talk a lot of bullshit. Lots of it. A lot of bullshit. So Tor, bull, turbulence. I got that off Chris. Bull. I got that off Chrissy Boy. Terrible. Funny how Earth gives you, there's a T in Earth, there's a in Earth, and there's a R in Earth. And as we know, vowels are interchangeable, so that becomes Tor. So there's the word Taurus is in the word Earth. Well, let's try another word, shall we? Got to be a coincidence. Let's try the word in Latin, terra. Torah. Is that because... Oh, this one I got off Chrissy Boy in his panties. Tor. Oh, well, is that because the Torah of the Jews is the rota of the rotating magnetic fields? Got that off, Chrissy. So Tesla said, my greatest discovery was the discovery of the rotating Torah. Tor, wrote. You've got to watch Truth Heresy to get any of this stuff. Truth Heresy knows about this plane of inertia and what it really means. So clever. Okay, so it wasn't his AC. He said, people think that the AC generator is my greatest inventor. No, I was blessed with my greatest ever discovery, to discover the rotating magnetic field. Torah, rotate. And this is why they're telling us in the cards. What are they telling us in the holy cards? This is the holy science of the right-hand path. This is not about ejaculating. There's no ejaculating in the holy science, Cullen. And you can't bring it in, okay? Sorry, you have to go back to MK Ultra and do another session of mind control. You need it because you're failing.
Santos.
I'm calling you out too easy. I'm calling you panty boys out too easily, and I don't even watch anything you've done. I've never watched anything you've ever done. It's too boring. Why would I go back to kindergarten, to Santa syncretism?
Exactly. We're out of CGI in kindergarten. It's not to go back in there.
Yeah, but the panty boys will teach everything about cartoons and ejaculating, everything upside down, all of that stuff. They're experts at it, upside down in their panties. So what's this? Okay, we see the wheel. So we have the wheel, the T, the O, the R, and the A, and the T. Tarot. Okay? Or the T, T-O-R-A, Torah, Taurus. The Torah, the 2 tablets that were given to Moses and Aaron, his elder brother Aaron, Aldebaran, the eye of the bull. So brother Aaron, Aldebaran, decides to make a golden calf with Moses and his 2 commandments. These are the twins. This is all that's happening in the world. This is the holy science. This is the wave. No particles. Pulse wave. Pulse wave. Pulse wave. It's not a particle wave universe because there ain't no particles. They don't exist. Particle accelerators are trying to find particles. Good luck. Good luck with that. That's really clever. Spend trillions of dollars to look for particles that not even God makes. The universe doesn't make, never has, not interested. The universe is not interested in making particles. It's interested in pulsating, and rotating. Torah. Rotate. Red. Oh, wait a minute. Let me just fix that, and then I'll get back to the subject of red. Please remind me. That's what we're going to next. So what else do we see here? Well, we see we see the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac lining up with the 4 cross-quarter days, because the cardinal cross is upright. There it is. There it is. The ox, you see the O and the X in this circle here? Well, that's because the bull, where is the bull? I have to look here because I got this wrong last time. The bull is here. That's the ox. That's May Day, May the 1st, the cross-quarter day here. Okay, you'll notice Yod for Scorpio, He for Aquarius, Va, the V, Va for Taurus. Well, the Hyades are in the shape of a V, and Aldebaran, the eye of the bull, is at the bottom, at the top of the V of the Hyades. So Yod He Va, Va in Taurus is appropriately there. And I've done entire presentations on this, showing how in the constellations you can see God's name, Yod He Va He. Yod is Scorpio. It's a Yod. Clearly.
Santos.
Yep.
Why is this Scorpio represented by the eagle on there? Like, why isn't it the scorpion?
Yeah, well, because Scorpio has three animals. It has the serpent, the scorpion, and the eagle. And that's the scorpion in all his different natures. Each sign has 3 natures: the lower, the middle, the higher nature. So each sign has its negativity and it has its good stuff as well. There should be hundreds of animals in all of the signs because the ram should not be the only animal in Aries. The wolf should be there too. The rat should be there. There's a lot of other animals.
What about for like Yannick and like Libra and you said Gemini, right? So like for those ones, what are the animals? It's just because like Libras, or the air signs, they're not animals, So
look at
how does that?
You have to look at you have to look at the deacons. The deacons will tell you in Libra, for instance, there is the wolf, Lupus. Why? Because Libra, if you start from Aries here and you put Libra here, as you do in all of my presentations, in every circle, Aries and Libra, every sign has 3 deacons. One of the deacons of Libra is Lupus. Libra, Lupus, the wolf. And he's there at sunset every night, the wolf, swallowing Little Red Riding Hood, who's going in the forest in the Torah, rotating. And then when she goes through Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Virgo is Delilah, the betrayer of Samson, the son. He gets slain by the Philistines at sunset, and the wolf is there to swallow Little Red Riding Hood. All nursery rhymes, all gospels, they're all on this wheel. All of them. All of them. The Panty Power boys, they can't teach this because they don't know this. They don't know the ecliptic. They know pseudoscience, upside down pseudoscience. So don't go to the Panty Power boys for your syncretism, ladies. All they've got is 30 seconds to offer you anyway. 30 seconds of half-truth. Now, so what we have here is, let's see, there's the Yod, Scorpio, the Hare for Aquarius. If you look at Aquarius, the constellation, you will see it's in the shape of an H, okay? It's in the shape of an H, Hare. And then Va is for the bull, the high 80s. And then Hare, Leo is also in the shape of an H, upside down. So, but you can see the H. So Yod, Hare, Va, Hare is actually the fixed signs of the zodiac, okay? And it's also the tetragrammaton, which is the tetrahedron, which is the the tetra-shaped torus field. Yeah, okay, because usually torus fields only get this binary twin manifestation, but many of them are tetra. Okay, there's 4 torus fields. I'll be getting into that another time, but let me just focus more on this, guys. The rotor. There's 3 kinds of motion in the universe: direct, spiral, and rotating. Direct is dielectric. Spiraling is magnetic. This is the spiral of magnetism. And rotating is electrical. Okay, so the rotor is the Torah, is the Taurus bull. And I stole all of this off Christopher Lord. He knows all this. Upside down, all of it. Inside out, all of it. He's an expert on the flat earth now, and he's all on board with it because he discovered the torus field and the inertial plane, planet of Earth, and I stole it off him. And boy, I'm a naughty boy for plagiarizing that. Sorry, Christopher. Credit to you, brother. Credit to you and your panties for your good work. You've done well. So what we have here is we have you see over here, we see the letter A, that's the alpha. And then the O is the omega. Aries setting, arising. The omega, Libra, setting. Aries rises. Aries rises. Rise and shine. April Aries. Sun
Rise
setting.
and shine.
Sunset. Saturn, the ruler of Libra, calibrating. Equalizing at the middle of the circle. That's where Libra is, the 7th sign. 7, even. Eve, Venus. Eve, Venus, is the ruler of Libra. Okay? Saturn exalts in Libra, the exalter of Libra, because he exalts at sunset. The Lord of Darkness must exalt here.
So that's why they worship the orange color?
Yeah, the red.
The orange also, like they want everybody to wear orange now, and because of the sunset, it's always orange on the horizon.
Yes, that orange. Yeah, that orange that the Buddhist monks wear is the orange of the sun, the solar plexus. Yellow, orange. Actually, orange is also related to sex. It's the It's the second chakra. Red is the bottom one. Red is Sodom, where you practice sodomy. The red chakra, right there at the very, very bottom of the torso. That's where red shift is. Blue shift is here. And so the orange is definitely one of the power colors of the sun. It's not one of the spiritual ones. Although the Buddhists are encouraged to wear orange because it does have that 6. Orange is 6. Okay, sex. 6 is sex. And orange is the color of sex. The true color of sex is orange. Red is the color of 4. It has 4 petals. Yellow has 10 petals, the yellow chakra. Green is 12. This is why Osiris is always 12. The god of chlorophyll, vegetation. He comes out of here. See, when the sun Horus exalts in Aries, his partner Set, Saturn, Satan, sets in Libra. And so when we look at this word here, I hope the Panty Boys aren't crying by now, and I haven't hurt their poor little souls there. But
No.
this word truth telling is very, very serious. I don't want people to be deceived by the Panty Boys and to be seduced to the left-hand tantric path. It is very serious. I want people to go to heaven. I want people to ascend. I want everybody to be happy. Everybody. And if it means from time to time have to hurt the feeling of MK Ultra deceivers, well then I'll do that for the sake of truth, you know, and not for my sake, because it doesn't make me look really great having to do that. You know, people always write to me, and I don't want to hear it anyway, but they write to me telling me you spend too much time. I don't worry about them. I don't spend time, but I have to warn people the true path. It's not the left, it's the right. Okay. And so I want to warn people from deception because it will hurt them ultimately. All those underage boys that click on their channel and watch them in their panties spewing out bullshit, they're going to get hurt. You might as well unsubscribe. Get away from those guys, mate. Get away from them. They are Satan in the flesh. They don't know that. They think they're pretty. You know, they always pose in their Zoolander. I wonder if the girls like this one. But they're undressed. This is Pizzagate. It's Pizzagate on steroids. They've been affected by that Miley Cyrus masturbation on stage, ejaculating kind of sex. The right path does not do that. We dishonor and disrespect all people who teach swine eating or any meat eating. They are the most despicable. And luckily, Cullen's a vegan, so that'll go in his favor. But he's got to stop, got to put a tap on that member and stop pouring out his brain fluids and life force. And then he'll look healthy, because he doesn't look healthy. He looks demented. Yeah. Really demented. I know the look of demonic people. This guy's demonized. He's got, I would say, probably about 2,000 demons, like in the parable of Jesus, and he cast them out into the swine. Those demons are called legion. I guarantee you, I promise you, you will see this one day in the future. Cullen is totally demon possessed. There's thousands of demons. Christopher Lord and Danny, forget about that, because you can see they're demonized.
You know what, Santos? I always thought this is what it was to be demonically possessed, is when you don't want to see the truth, or you refuse to see it, or you're on the side of the evil side, or, you know, this is what it is to be demonically possessed. They might not realize it, but that's what I always thought too.
They don't realize it at all. They've got no idea, but constantly demons are talking through they're channeling demons. Yeah. It's a festing, a cesspool of demonic energy that is running through. That's why they always put my name, Santos Bonacci, in the title of their videos. Because how else are they going to get any hits? They got 3 panty underage boys that subscribe to their channels, clicking for them, and not the like button, the unlike button. They've got the wrong. They've wasted so much seed, all of their subscribers, that they don't even click the right button, which is the like button. They click the Christopher Lord only gets thumbs down. Right. So I think only MK Ultra will be happy with Christopher Lord with their 4x4 phallic shoved up his backside. So, you know, I don't know where these guys come from, but they're trying to overtake the truth movement in their underwear.
When you say that it's like in an infestation of demons and stuff, is that kind of like what like Alex Jones was talking about, like like they're connected? It's pretty much, let's say Illuminati, you know, 1% or whoever, like they're tapping into some kind of interdimensional stuff, or you know, like in contact with. I mean, that's what he mentioned. I know Alex Jones is a little bit, you know, excessive, but you know.
Yeah, they're channeling demons, and they teach pseudoscience. It's demon worship is what they're teaching, and to bow down to beat demons and ejaculate before demons. Demons love seeing people ejaculate because they know how much harm they're doing to themselves and their partners. So women who seduce men to ejaculate in them, they're just like any ordinary woman. They're not a special woman at all.
Right.
Women should respect their men and help them to keep their life force in their bodies where it belongs. And you can get a woman pregnant without ejaculating. Easy. That's how they used to do it always. So the ejaculation is definitely loose conduct and condemned in all the sacred scriptures, all of them. So
you do that without ejaculating, really?
The left-hand part is the ejaculatory path of Cullen Smith. Yes. Those are the ejaculators. And the
no, but I mean, you can get someone pregnant without.
Yes, of course.
Really?
Yes, of course. Yes, search it up on the net, and you'll see a lot of ancient teachers teaching this. In Egypt, they did this because they knew. You see, lovers would only mate to have children on their honeymoon, when the moon was in its honey. You know, when it was in Cancer or Taurus, especially where she. In the moon or Taurus, especially where she exalts.
That's why they call it honeymoon. It's like I never knew.
You've got to do this when the sun and the moon are in harmony. Hormones, Horus moon, Harpocrates moon, harmony. So Horus, Harpocrates, Moni means your sun and the moon are together. When you're in harmony and resonance is happening, you do not need to ejaculate. Ejaculating is the school of demented demons, and all of the corporate Christendom churches are teaching that. This is why when Jehovah's Witnesses try to speak to me, I ask them one question: do you ejaculate when you have sex? Yes, I do. Well, then you're a demon worshipper. Get on the right path, because you will suffer always. Your relationship with your partner will be one of misery and suffering if you're ejaculating. And the woman will never be happy, because the woman needs about 3 hours to get warmed up. And then in the 6th hour, that's when you make the woman happy. You don't do it in 30 seconds like Cullen does. I mean, I think his boyfriends and girlfriends are pretending orgasms or pretending pleasure, but they've got no idea what pleasure is. Sexual pleasure, but of holy sexual pleasure, not depraved, of the left-hand path. That is depravity. And it is demon worship. I warn everyone, take it or leave it. You can laugh at me. You can laugh at me. You can just forget about it. I don't think you'll forget it anyway, because you've listened thus far. And I thank you, Panty Power Boys, for watching everything I've ever done. I can't reciprocate. I never will. I don't have time to go back to kindergarten. You will follow me. You will watch what I do. Not me watch what you do, Christopher. You watch what I do, because I've got syncretism. You haven't got syncretism. You're a pretender, a plagiarist, and an ejaculator. Of that, I'm certain. And you will go to hell because you're an ejaculator. And you teach the religion of ejaculating. Sorry, brother. Here's another thing I stole off Christopher. He loves these. Tall. Rot. Red.
You rot.
Yes, because the rotating process is the rotting process. Yeah. It rots the spiritual world. It is rotten. The rotor of the Taurus is rotten. Okay, pay attention, because that's what the words mean. Because once we used to speak radicals, not words. We used to speak in radicals originally. Anamatapai. The resonance of the sound is what manifested in the physical world. Rrr is always red. Rrr, the rotic liquid is always red. Rrr, L, the lateral liquid, is always blue. You see Red Bull? Bull. Blue. In English. Blue. In Italian. Blue. It's got an X? Bleu? No. No, that's Romanian. Romanian. Bleu. How do you do? How do you spell French in? Spell French. Red in French.
Rouge.
Blue. I mean,
Rouge.
not rouge. Blue.
Bleu.
Oh, bleu.
B-L-A-U.
Bleu.
Yeah, you got it. B-L-E-A-U.
That is true. Okay, so that's okay. So we've got bull is blue because it's the letter L. It's L, electricity. Baal. Baal is blue. He is the blue god Krishna. Krishna's always blue.
In Danish, it's blah. In Danish, it's blah. Someone says in the chat.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Why do you say blah, blah, blah?
Yeah.
Blah. It's a bull because the hyperboloid, it's all about two things, the torus and the hyperboloid. I reduce the word hyperboloid down to bull, okay? Because that's what it is. The bowl, the bull, the blossom, to blow, bubbles, to make Bibles. That's all the bull. It's all Tauruses, okay? So we've got rot. Rot is red because the T and the D are interchangeable. All is atum. As I've said, you've got to know that M and N are interchangeable. T and D are interchangeable. Even the word Rus in Italian, red is rosso. Rus. Roses are red, violets are blue. Rose means red or pink. Russia. What does Russia mean? Red people. Rust. What color's rust? Red. Rust is red. Rot is red. It's the red and the blue. The Taurus is red. The bull is blue. And so we have red shift, blue shift going on in the world. That's all that's going on. That's what bull is. It's blue. I got that off Chris. I'm sure he'll pull it up in one of his videos from 40 years ago when he was a, I don't know what he does. I know Danny's a cartoonist. I know exactly what Cullen does. He ejaculates.
You know what's happening with these guys? They're very hard to figure out. And you are very easy to figure out because you are an original. You have your own stuff, your own site, your own stuff, and universal truth and everything. So you are an original. So it's very hard to come and tell you whatever. You know, it's, I don't know. To me, it's clear that...
This is why, brother, this is why everybody is watching my syncretism. Everyone's watching my Facebook page. I know that the three Panty Power boys send their boyfriends in to spy and take, screenshots and report back to the Panty Power trio so that they can advance pseudoscience around the world and help each other in their network of panty ejaculating. And so they all report back to him. So I know they're watching. Thank you. I appreciate how much you follow me. I really do. I know you don't like me, but you follow me. And that's pretty good shit. I mean, I'm doing really well to have so much attention. I mean, and I love the attention. I've got a Leo ascendant. If you've got any Leo in your sign, you're just going to love the limelight. So I do. And so thanks for sending it my way, Panty Boys. I'll send it back. Every day I'm going to post about you on my Facebook page. And you're going to actually be teaching. See, I'm going to show people what I've stolen from these guys. I'm going to give it back now. I've been watching their stuff apparently, and I've stolen all of their stuff. All of this comes from Danny or Chris or one of those Panty boys. None original. So let's just have a look at some of these words, huh? Let's have a look at some of these Taurus.
Hey, I'll be right back, guys.
Hey, after this, I will do your chart reading. Sorry, brother.
Yeah. No problem. Me, I'm not in a rush. Me have all the time in the world. No problem.
Yeah.
If not, we'll do another one. Oh,
Okay,
isn't it sad we will have to get together again?
Oh no, it's terrible, man.
It's terrible. I feel so bad.
Man, you know how boring it is hanging out with you guys?
Oh, I know. It must be terrible to come on Saturday night, Sunday morning for you.
Yeah, man, I could be watching Panty Power videos rather than doing syncretism.
Exactly.
Can you imagine that? There would be Danny Cullen with his panties on. Man, I could be watching Christopher in his panties, you know, and here I am with you. It's just not right.
Yeah. We'll make it right,
so,
but we'll make it right.
Yeah. So you can make it like Tor Bull, or you can have it as Bull Tor. Okay, if you're looking at the Bull Tor, look at words like this. Buttress. Betray. Tray is Tor. B is the bull. Bottle. The bull, Taurus, because L and R are interchangeable. If that's an R, now, if that bottle has an R instead of an L, there would be Tra, Taurus, okay? Because why? Because it looks like a round bottle. Battle. Remember, the L and the R are interchangeable. Put an R there, and you have bull, Taurus, battling. This is the bull battling.
You know,
the bull Taurus fields.
That's very important, Santos, for them to put the fake reality into words and stuff like that. But it's also very important, and with the stuff that we see visually, like bottles and all the forms and shape of containers, of all these some things that when you start paying attention, everything is your teacher. So
yeah, it's great.
That's how they control the reality, with the object that we see, everything that we see and we hear, and that's how we perceive reality. But that's how they control the way we perceive reality, also.
Yes, exactly, brother. This is the ultimate way of perceiving reality. Hence, this has to be taught properly. You can't go to Truth Literacy and watch any of this and learn properly. You'll learn, but you'll not come to an accurate knowledge of truth. We're ready. The human race is ready, and I know they are ready. I know it in my heart and in my mind, because I've raised my consciousness up enough to see it. I can see it. That's why I can do syncretism, because I'm clairvoyant. I can see clearly. I don't channel. I'm not a channeler. Plagiarizing from demons. Channeling. Ooh, I've got to channel. No, I don't do that. It comes from me, from my seeing. Because I see. That's what I'm trying to get people to get above the kindergarten level syncretism, if you want to call it syncretism, that the other buffoons are doing. Okay, butter.
You have two eyes to look and one to see.
Yes, brother, exactly. Butter. Yeah. What are the gods always doing? Churning the milk oceans. Krishna, what is he doing? Churning the milk oceans. Why? To make butter, bull Tauruses. He's always with his cows. Better. Batter. Batter your butter.
Bitter.
Batter your butter. Utter, to speak. Because bull Taurus, butter, which Krishna is always making, is exactly what comes out of the churning of the milk oceans. Bitter, Yes, because life in the lower world down here is bitter. The bull makes a bitter world, a bull Taurus world. Okay, so what we have here is the science of seeing in red and blue, or Taurus bulls.
And you know, those red and blue, since you told us about the red and blue and we have it in our face everywhere, the red and blue. It's on every professional sport, MLB, NBA, they all deal with red and blue. It's in our face.
Yeah,
Never
brother.
played it.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, the table, the Taurus bull, your table that you dine on in the evening, is the inertial plane. It's the table. The Earth is a Taurus field, and it is a tableland. Yeah, tableland. Why? Why is it tableland? Because it's flat.
Is that why most table has 4 legs? Because the Earth stand on 4 pillars. That's why our table has 4 legs.
Yeah, and the 4 pillars, they are according to the Quran, the gods of our solar system, the lords, Jehovah, Allah, they had to send many, many archangels and angels to settle the pillars of the earth, the 4 pillars, because there was an upsetting of one of the pillars, and there was a disbalance of the earth, and the waters caused the floods. But it's recounted in the book of Enoch and in the Bible, and how God in the book of Job had to establish the 4 pillars. He had to settle the 4 pillars. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is going on here is the Torah is telling a story. And in that story, because you've got to understand, this is the Taurus fields are singing. It's sonoluminescence. And this is why they travel. Travel is Torah, bull. The B and the V are interchangeable, as in Spanish, ve and be. Okay? In most languages, they are interchangeable. So when you have a carnival, you have meat for Baal. Put a B there. Carnival, festival, have a fest to Baal, the god of electricity, of rotating, red, rotating magnetic fields. And so when you look at, you can see here that all is atum, or all is, we could say, probably best to say all is atum, or all is tor. Okay, tor, these are both liquids, so it doesn't matter that you have a r or a these are performing similar functions. This is the 13th letter, which has the power of 4, and R is the 18th letter, which is 6 plus 6 plus 6, 6, 6, 6. And so this is why the M and the L, these are all liquids, and the N, this one's 12, this one's 14, but the 12 and the 18, the left and the right, the red and the blue, the proton and the electron. Okay, there's millions of these. It's all the same thing. All is atum, all is atur. You see, atum, okay. Atum. What's the atum is sound. It's the word. How do you say word in French?
Mo.
Mo.
Yeah.
Okay, which we get motto. What's a motto? Well, it's a word. In Latin, it's motum. Tom. Tom-toms, sound. Drummers playing his tom-toms. To mot means to mutter. Tom, tor, or tom. Doesn't matter. That means to mutter, and that means to mutter. That's Latin, and that's English. Okay? So, motto, mutter, motum. It's all about the sound that comes from atoms. It's little big bangs, not big bangs. It's just little wave fields. Okay, brother. Let's see if I can just quickly do a share screen with you, and then I'll do your birth chart, right? Because that's what we were going to do. But I got distracted from all the panty power stuff this week. I beg forgiveness. I'll get back on track. And
no, and I just want to say he came and comment all kinds of stuff on my channel through Teresi, the guy he called you, but I don't publish a comment that are derogatory to anybody. So stop. It's a message to him. Stop commenting on the videos. All kinds of stuff concerning Santos, I will not publish it. I'm not here to fight or to create conflicts, or we're here to seek truth, and we're here to do it together as one. So if you think information belongs only to you and yourself, well, put your video private. Why do you put it public? Like, it's like I would hold a grudge against people that take from my videos. It's just nonsense. I put it on YouTube for people to see it. It's a one thing. We are one. What's the egotistic part here? I don't get it.
Yeah, that's right. Look, I think those guys, they get paid. They are MK Ultra shills. That's what they are. We will discover. We will discover this. We will discover this one day. Syncretism will be under attack, and it will be under attack by these pseudo-scientists. They've got nothing to share. Nothing to share that will benefit you and help you.
That's it.
My syncretism does. You will learn about the cell salts and how to heal yourself with cell salts, solar energies and how that can help you, all kinds of healing modalities. You will learn astrology. They don't know anything about astrology. All they know is that it's a pseudoscience from the devil in his panties. Yeah. I'll be teaching you astrology. I'll be teaching you the science of light, theology, the best theology. I've read all the books, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, the Bible, backwards, upside down. I can share all of these good things. I can teach you how to chant. I can teach you how to meditate. I can teach you how to open your pineal gland, as I've done myself all my life. Always, I've had my third eye seeing. I've always been able to see. So if you want to see, you come to syncretism, guys. That's where you will learn. And there's many other benefits. You will have all the syncretism graphics, which will, you can post them up, put them on your wall, and you will have true models of true science. You won't have panty power fluffy, oh, look at this. I'm new. I'm original. I'm using the word the. Christopher Lord thinks that is. I got it off him. I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe I did, but I've heard other people use that. But this is it. These people are depraved, and they think they originated everything. So I don't know about that.
I've used a few times as well.
Yeah, I've used it once or twice. So I don't know if Christopher can claim that one. I don't know whether he's going to try and claim that, but I hope he doesn't, because I want to continue using the word the. It's very handy. I can say the computer, the presentation. I love using the word the. Please, Christopher Lord, don't copyright the word the now, because lots of people love it. I know it's yours. You own everything. You're the originator of all ejaculations. We know that. So we'll try and give you some credit for it. I'll give you credit for bullshitting for now, because you are a bullshit artist, pure and simple, and upside down. But hey, I don't have that against you, because I don't care about you. I don't watch your panty videos. I know you've made about 20 videos about me in your panties. I don't watch them. I've never seen them. I won't click on them. Why am I going to do that? I got syncretism, and I've got millions of syncretic friends from all around the world. The most beautiful women, the most beautiful men. I don't go after, underage panty boys and try to seduce them like you do. So I'm really, really happy. But I won't be able to reciprocate any of the energy that you've sent toward my way. Thank you, though. Thank you, all you pretty boys, all you Zoolander models. I hope one day you do meet the village people and join them in their cause for spreading ejaculations or whatever they do. And I hope you meet them one day and, ejaculate with them and do whatever you want to do with the village people. But you'll just have to continue watching my stuff, huh? And enjoy.
Pay attention.
Pay attention, boys. Get your notepads out in your panties, because I know you're wearing your panties. I can see in my eye. I can see you walking around in your panties. I can see it.
They put a lot of life energy into it anyway. That's what I seen this week. I was like, whoa, what's that? They put a lot of life energy into this. For what reason? We are all looking for better ways here. Better, this is what I don't get from people sometimes. But anyway, I stopped trying to understand the way people understand reality or see it, because they see it from their own perspective. So at one point.
Yeah, guys. Yeah. All right. Well, look, I'll just do this for 5 minutes and move on. So can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So the net is atun backwards. Okay. Net, aten. So that net is Aten's magnet of the universe. It's the matrix. Okay. So I won't spend much time on this, but I'll just read quickly so that people can just do their own meditation. Mag means to move in Sanskrit, and it shares a root with May, where Taurus is. Okay, May is magnetism. All right, the middle of spring magnetism. May and Maya means magnetism. Magnetism, to move, gives you the word priest, because a priest should be one who studies the movements and the rotations of energy. But they don't study magnetism and Tauruses because they're not magi. A torus is a round swelling, a bottle, a protuberance, tuberance. Okay, hyperboloid protuberance. Rotate, door, the door. See, this is the door to everlasting life in the torus field. Open the door, people. Dare and be durable enough. See, durable, that's the Taurus. The Taurus. Okay. Rate. Rotate. Rate. Just disconnect.
That's why the Duracell battery has a copper color on it too. Everything is coded in our reality. So, that little Duracell battery with the copper color on it has something to do, and the black on top. But I don't know. Everything, man, is so... Santos on the phone, I think.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
No, I just disconnected the phone. Okay. So you've also got here, you've got rate. Okay, rate, the rate of your heart, which also has the word tor in it. We saw that. Tear. Why is the Taurus field responsible for tears? Because it's a sad world, the red world of the rod of discipline of the gods that radiate and steer our rudders and tell us what to do. Taurus is to, and do is Taurus. So you've got to do means Taurus. Okay, you've got the torsion field, the tree. The tree has always 3 branches or tetra branches. Truth, because the Taurus fields are telling the truth of God, and how he wants to manifest his energy through Thor, Zeus, Jupiter Zeus, Jesus on the terra Tor. Terrific. Oh, we got Tia there twice. We want to get rid of that. Trust. Okay, so what's trust? Well, because
these torus fields are trustable, torustable. We come from the utorus. We try to do things. I'll try now. Torai. Okay? So, from the uterus to the torso, there's the torus, and there's the Torah, or the aura of the body, because it comes from the torus. Oh, by the way, I got all of this from Chris. Chrissy boy, he's on it. He is on it, upside down, but he's on it, on it, on it. He knows all of this. Here is the world that it really is like, that Christopher Lord describes in Truth Heresy. Truth Heresy, that's funny. He ascribes the Tori in the middle of the trust of Thor's Tauruses, and it's a flat plane. Okay, it's a table, Taurus, bull. So, this is in tribute to the Panti-Power Trinity of Cullen #1, Christopher #2, and Danny gets third position. He was always #1, Danny, the #1 clown of the universe, cartoonist. But I've demoted him because you can't beat Cullen. Cucky boy, he's #1 forever. He's the Panty boy #1. Here is the hyperbola, the hyperbole. The bowl, the bulb, the light's on. See this? Look at the word here in Dutch, Middle Dutch. What does bowl mean? Trunk of a tree. Okay. We've got here bowl. That's where it comes from here. The old Irish bolgum, swell, blossom, blossom. Okay, all of these words, they all come from the bowl, the bull, ballistic. See, why is it ballistic? Because the bull energy thrusts, because bowl means to thrust. Okay, hyperbole. What's in a hyperbole? When we exaggerate? Christopher knows that. He does it all the time. I taught Santos everything he knows. But he didn't. He's only taught me one thing. That he is a dickhead. And so hyperbole is an exaggeration in rhetoric. It's an exaggeration. It's a bolt. Look at this word. Bolt. Beam. Ballistics. To thrust.
Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt.
Run. Lightning bolt. And who sends the lightning bolts of the bull? Thor, the Taurus god. Jupiter. Thorus. So this is how the word was turned into the world, or the whirling, rotating, magnetic Taurus bulls. Please learn these 7 words. If you learn these 7 words, world, rotating, magnetic Taurus fields, and you'll understand everything, and you won't be upside down anymore, like Christy boy. The belt. What is a belt? The zodiac belt. It's the belt of the bull. Dumbbell. Well, that's Adum and bell together, telling you that everything is a twin dumbbell. To boil. Temperature. Temp is time. Tempo. Saturn. Aten. Time. Timmy. Tommy. To blow, because the blowing is from the breath of the Taurus field. There it is. Study this. Study this. This one, the first one here, Taurus bull, and this one is the bull Taurus. See the red bull? Why are they giving you a red bull? Because it's the Taurus is red. Rosso. Here is an interesting word. Butros. Butros Ghali. The UN freaking ambassador, whatever. What does Butros mean? Well, how about this? Buttress. Butros is the same as Petros, Peter, meaning stone. The stones of God. The stones of creation. The world was made with stones. take away the S, tones, notes, tunes, musical tunes, tones, all is a tune. All is a tune. Why do we have a golden calf? Gold bull lion, the golden lion, the golden bull, Taurus and Leo, the makers of the Taurus bulls. Bulb. So look at these bulbs, right? That's clearly a bull. Now, you can see Taurus fields coming out of these bulbs. It's like a purple, pinky orgasm. Poof! Yeah, one that's Cullen knows all about those ones, those ejaculatory kinds. Spiritualists, they have all of this inside. They have their orgasms in the inner world. They keep their energy in the inner world. They do not express as the plants do and the animals, you know, with that animalistic kind of ejaculatory left-hand path sex. They are, because they are demon worshippers. We are gods and worshipping God. Bulk. Why is the bull in the word bulk? Because you're going to buy a lot of bull, it'll be in bulk. Tubular. Bell, Taurus bull bells. Tumble, Taurus bull. Everything is milk, people. This is the butter, the bull Taurus that the gods are doing. See here, Krishna and Rama, they've got their hands in the curd, they've got their hands in the whey, they've got their hands in the ice cream, the cheese, the yogurt, the cream, the curds, the ghee, chocolate, coffee, cakes, biscuit, custard, whey. All of these come directly from milk or indirectly contain milk. There's millions of words, millions. See, Krishna is likened unto milk. First comes the milk, then comes all the modalities of milk: cream, cheese, ice cream, yogurt. These are all the expansions of Krishna's milk as he turns the oceans. Here is the butter, bull Taurus, and here is the churning of the gods. What are they doing? Forever churning the milk oceans, because they're turning Krishna milk into cheese and all other things that we call expansions of Krishna. Human beings, angels, everything comes from the one original milk. Okay, talk, Taurus. Story, Taurus. If you're talking stories, you know what you're doing, don't you now? Stavros, the cross that we all must bear. Taurus, Stavros, Steve, Eve. It's all the same stuff, guys. Steve is Eve. The lady is the lad. Adam is the madam. Hayden is the maiden. Okay, that's it. Let's do some chart readings.
Okay.
All right, I'll keep my... Are you still seeing my screen?
Yep.
Okay. Let's do your chart, brother. I need your details.
I'm born, I guess born, I don't like to say that word. I came in flesh the 1st of June, 1973 at 17:10 at night. That's the moment I enter in flesh.
Okay, well, we've got... and what place were you born there?
Trois-Rivières, Québec.
What? Sorry? What?
Trois-Rivières, Three Rivers. Three Rivers,
Okay.
Québec.
Okay, so you've got T-R-O-I...
T-R-O-I-S
Yeah?
dash Rivière, R-I-V-I-E-R-E-S.
Got it. Trois-Rivières.
Trois-Rivières.
Okay. The 1st of June, 1973.
Yep.
5:10 p.m.
Yep.
Trois-Rivières, Quebec,
Yeah.
Canada.
That's it.
Let's go, guys. Now, this is you, okay? So we're going to look at you right now, right here. And first thing you notice is you are a double Gemini with Moon and Sun together in Gemini in the 8th house. So 8 is all about creativity, because the 8 is the powerhouse relating to the 8th sign as well, Scorpio. And so you have a powerhouse in the 8th house. You also have this beautiful conjunction of Venus and Mercury. This will be beautiful for your charming nature, being Geminians. Gemini people love to be charming. They have a lot of mental energy. They are the life of the party. Now, you've got a mixture of elements here. If Saturn was not in this combination here, you would have a harmonious flow of energy, because Mercury, Venus, Moon, and Sun together would make them all benefic. So it would be such a beautiful 5 signs in one sign, Gemini. Creation. Saturn is going to, what Saturn will do in the mix of these planets is it will just throw a spanner in the works and generate in you just a more dimensional nature. So you do have all the charm of Mercury and Venus conjunct. You do have the charm of a waxing, very, very new waxing Moon and Sun conjunction. But the Moon and Saturn, this does not go well together, because they are together they induce fear, anxiety, I don't know, things like just a general nervousness. It's not a steadying sort of an energy. But I'll get back to that. Let me first just focus on all the things I see first, and then you can ask me some questions, and I'll answer all your questions. Okay? So Sun and Moon. Your Moon was a new Moon, probably about, let me work it out, 21. They're 10 degrees. About 20 hours before you were born, it was a new Moon. So you are a new Mooner. You have your Moon is fresh in her energy, which will give you emotional courage. It will give you, the first mansion of the Moon is always Aries. Okay, so your Moon is just leaving the Sun 20 hours ago, but still in the first 2 mansions of the Moon, which are clearly and definitely in Aries. So your Moon has an Aries, fresh climbing, mountain climbing energy about it. So that gives you your positivity, your climbing nature. You don't surrender. You will not surrender. Your Moon is waxing in Gemini, climbing. It wants to leave the Sun and venture out. Okay? So, but the most beautiful thing you have here is a beautiful equilateral blue grand trine in air in your chart. So Jupiter down the bottom here is projecting 2 trines out to Uranus in Libra. That's an interesting one, in the 12th house. This is the house of enlightenment. So certainly Uranus here, Mr. Unconventional, will bring you some very unconventional spiritual insights and enlightenments, trining so beautifully with the Sun, the Moon, Saturn, Mercury, and Venus. 5 planets are shooting a right trine down to Uranus in the 12th house. So you better expect 5 different cosmic energies uniting to trine their energy in air signs, mental energy, all the way to your illumination house, here, the 12th house. And you better be ready for this if you haven't already experienced this, because that blue energy in your chart, remember blue shift, red shift, you've got red, you've got some squares here. This is a right square from Mars. This will harm your Sun and your Moon and Saturn. But this Jupiter trine T-square, not T-square, grand trine, this is totally and pure beautifully benefic in your chart. It's bringing you great mental stability and insights and power. You have 7 planets in air. So air is your element, brother. You are totally no, you actually have 8 planets in air. Neptune is in fire, Sagittarius, and Mars is in Pisces, water. So you have no Earth at all activated except for your North Node down here in Capricorn. Now, your North Node is where you are pointed to focus. You've been asked to look down here in the 3rd house where you have Jupiter and Capricorn and Aquarius of all energies, very Saturnian energies. This is the house of courage and initiatives. So you are asked to be courageous and take initiative, brother.
I think I do.
Yes. Yes, you do. So if we take a look at, I'll pull up some, no, I won't do that. I'll just read some, it's also, the 3rd house is also the house of education, self-expression, short journeys, of course, brothers, sisters, neighbors, kin. So this is also your brothers and sisters. You need to get it right with your brothers and sisters. I don't see any trouble. Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have one sister.
Okay. Well, the ruler of the 3rd house cusp is Saturn via Capricorn. So Saturn is over in the 8th house. So you are bringing Saturnian 8th house energy into this house here, simply because they are forever connected. Capricorn and Saturn can't be separated. So what does that mean? Well, the 8th house is a house of creativity. It can be sexual creativity, but it can also be occult knowledge creativity. So if you've got 5 planets in the 8th house, which is dealing with deep esoteric science, and the next house, the 9th house, is also dealing with higher spiritual learning, as opposed to the opposite 3rd house, which is lower secular learning and education of a general kind. So if you are connecting your 9th house through Saturn and Capricorn into your 3rd house, well, then you need to bring your initiative skills and courage and bravery and all of that from your 3rd house, connect it up with your 8th house, and really just, this is a supercharged luminous chart, man. Lots of mental energy. Watch out that you don't ground. You're not grounded much, really, except for where your North Node is here, where you need to be grounded towards your brothers and sisters and your neighbors and all of that 3rd house significations there. So you are grounded here, though, in the 7th house. You've got Taurus. This is the house of partners, lovers, wives, relationships. So the ruler of Taurus is Venus, very well aspected with Gemini, who rules, Mercury, who rules Gemini, which means your Venus is strong, medium strength. She's not weak, definitely not weak Venus, because the 8th house is medium. The succedent houses have medium strength. So in relationships, you should be quite, steady. You should be, the bull is steady, Venus is steady, she's very loving. So you're going to be giving Taurian Venus love to your partners, so they will love you for that. Watch out, though, because Saturn is conjunct Venus. This can make you cruel, cold, unkind, sometimes.
Arrogant?
Yeah, it can make you aloof and distant to your partner, to your beautiful Venus girl. So watch out for that. But Mercury and the Moon, who are also embracing your Venus, they will counter that Saturnian energy. Okay, so don't be too concerned about that. Just be
Control my emotion.
Well, look, you're a mind individual. Your mind is you've got 8 planets in mind, the element of air, mind, spirit. So you are a spirited. This is a spirited individual, not necessarily energized, but spirited, quick-witted, very sharp of mind and intellect.
Oh, yeah.
That Venus Mercury conjunction up there, that's unmissable. You can't miss the energy that comes from that. Nice speaking, one who speaks with love, communicates with love. Okay, Saturn's going to jump in from time to time and make you cheeky and make you, it will hurt your Mercury conjunction there, which is your tongue, and it will make you spiteful, and you will be cruel to be kind when needed, okay? So, gee, man, there's a lot here, but just ask questions. What do you want to know?
But what I retain the most for what you said is the eighth house or something, because that number 8, Santos, is constantly in my face since the beginning of my journey. I started here on YouTube, or the awakening that I'm having, because also my mother died on the 8th of December, and I'm convinced that she's behind my awakening. Somehow was very, very close to her. She died on the 8th, and the 8th is always around me, whether it's people showing up in my life with their names making 8, 4, like, oh, that happened often, or I see the number 8 where. So that is something that you said it right at start. So tell me a little bit more about that, because I'm trying to make sense of all this, my mother and the 8, but there's also my one of my stepbrother died, and his name was Jean-Marc, and there was 8 letters in his name. So sometimes I'm confused. I wonder what kind of energy is behind this awakening, or is it just me that wanted to awake, or something greater forced me to I don't know, man. There's something happened for sure.
All right.
I wasn't on YouTube 3 years ago, so something happened for sure.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look at that then. I'll just share my screen, and we will. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So let's look at the 8th house. So here's the 8th house. Have a look at this. Okay. So let's have a look at. We've got partners, resources, inheritance, endings, career change, sexual attractiveness, occult sciences, life and death, and the flaw. Okay, so already we mentioned occult sciences, change, career change is one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so
I had no choice. I broke my knee. I broke my leg, so I had to be reoriented. So that's a total career change. But I'm reorientating in the direction of truth and motivational speaking. So I know I have a talent for speaking. That's clear. I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't know how to speak.
For sure. Can you see this new one?
No.
No, I'll have to share again. Wait a minute. Share
now
again.
we see it.
Oh, can you see my? All right. 1 minute. We wanted this one. Okay, can you see this one?
No.
No.
No, it's still just
All
you.
right, well, I'll read it. I'm reading another one. Another one says death, mystery, deep sciences, injuries. So deep sciences.
Injuries.
Okay.
That's it.
Wow.
Injuries, man. That's deep. That's deep stuff.
Yeah, sudden
Just describe me. You describe me, my old personality tonight. I recognize myself for sure.
Yeah, so that's the things happening suddenly. The number 8 is the 8th house, and so it's the sign of death and transformation. So what it means for you is the ability the ability to do this. You can get out of that cycle and go down, or you can get out of this cycle and go up. So you've got to be able to, here is where death happens, and here is where transformation happens. Death, transformation, death, transformation, death, transformation. So that's the energy of 8. You've got a lot of 8 energy, which is also sexual energy. So it's all about sexual attractiveness. So if you look at the planets there and you want to find out what's my sexual attractiveness, well, you know, it's pretty good. You've got Mercury and Venus, which a lot of beautiful people have this conjunction. They are good speakers, they are influential, they are sexy people. Casanova had this conjunction. You know, people like good talkers like Muhammad Ali, Elvis Presley had this conjunction, Mercury, Venus. You've got a lot of Hollywood actors. Now, you also have Sun and Moon conjunct. Well, this is very, very nice. This will bring, the sun will bring, you know, glorious rays of beauty to your life. So this is the house of your sexual attractiveness. Also, it's your partner's wealth. So you're going to be an individual which will benefit from partners and their, you know, overflowing energies of wealth. You know, it will spill over to you. You're just going to be the recipient of that. You can't escape it. Your partners will share their wealth with you. You're going to be the receiver and the beneficiary of lots of, you know, of that kind of wealth. And also, I would say with Venus in the 8th house, there's going to be an inheritance from women, maybe your mother or an auntie. Eventually, somewhere along the line, you will receive some kind of inheritance from an auntie, and possibly
always welcome. It's always welcome, eh? Not that we count on it, but it's always welcome for sure.
Well, that's the house of inheritances, and you've got a lot going on there. So, do we want to do Rob's?
Yeah, I mean, if there's time, I mean, I know there's a lot to go into, but I mean,
no, we can talk about the other stuff next week.
A little bit, that'd be great, Santos.
Sure, man. Sure. This is part of understanding this science. We have to be.
It's intriguing stuff right here. I'd love to do it.
It's something I'm gonna.
Go. Say.
No, I was gonna say it's something I'm gonna rewatch it to really take everything in. But you hit it for sure.
Yeah, I deliberately did it fast because it's recorded, man. I don't want to sit there, you know, just wasting people, making people.
No. You said it fast. I'm gonna rewatch it, and yeah.
Yeah, so you can't call yourself a syncretist and not know science. You can't not know science and be a syncretist. It's just you can't do that. And so a lot of these, like the Panty boys, they've got no idea about astrology, so they don't qualify to be called syncretists. Don't use the word unless you're pointing it to me, perhaps, but not to yourselves, because you're not syncretists. You're Panty boys. Okay, what's your date there?
September 30th, 92.
Beautiful.
But 20 years difference there.
That's 92. That's my son's birthday, brother. 92.
Awesome, yeah.
My son was born on the 30th of September, 1992.
Wow,
okay?
Go figure.
Can be his son.
Go figure.
When I went to England in 2013 on my 14 PowerPoint presentation syncretism speeches in Birmingham, I sat down next to a lovely young guy and a girl. The girl to the left of me was born on the 30th of September, and the guy to the right was born on the 30th of September.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Talk about being connected with people, you know, just it's such a small world after all.
It is, brother. So what time?
I think it's 6:19 p.m. I'm not sure if it's 6:17 but I'm going more with 6:19, I'm pretty sure. From what I recall. I don't know if there'd be much difference though, 6:17 and 6:19, I don't know.
So you reckon 19?
Yeah, 6:19 p.m.
Okay. Place.
Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Canada.
Okay. How do you
Where
spell
is
it?
that?
Yeah, I know. Moose Jaw. Seriously.
How do you spell it?
So it's Moose Jaw, just as it sounds, and then Saskatchewan, it's
No.
S-A.
Is Moose Mouse-E?
No, Moose, and then Jaw, Jaw.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
That's right in the middle of Canada, man. Can't
Home,
miss it.
home of the snowbirds.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's share the screen. You can't see my screen, can you?
No.
All right. So we want. No, we don't want that. We want my screen. I better get rid of this other stuff. That's what's going on. Get rid of that. All right. Back to the Google Hangout. And share screen. Why isn't it doing it, guys? It doesn't want to share.
Yeah, it's pointing on you still.
No. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
right there.
All right. There you are. Now.
Yeah,
All right, so-
Ascended Pisces, right? Yeah, I just want to make sure that's right because from what I remember, it was 6:19. But anyway.
Yeah, Pisces. You've got a Scorpio rising, Yannick. Scorpio rising, double Gemini, Sun and Moon in Gemini, but you've got a water Scorpio rising. So that's good for action, intelligence, sharp-wittedness. So that's good, man.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
me.
That's you, brother. Scorpio. So you've got a
Yeah.
lot of 8 going on. You've got 8 all over your chart. It's all 8.
You're good
It's
to go,
all over,
man.
That's why I told you, man. I see it everywhere. Yeah, I could tell you more stuff about it, but some stuff is personal, and I want to share it here on YouTube. Là.
Right.
Not everybody has to know everything about my life.
Of course, come on.
But there is more
Okay.
8, in mid-school reports and stuff like that. And, it comes
Oh,
back
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No.
Wow.
Your head would spin.
Incredible.
Stay with me after. I'll tell you more stuff.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so you were born about about 10 hours after my son on the same day, but your moon is now in Sagittarius. My son's got a Scorpio moon and a Scorpio rising because he was
Okay.
born at 8:30, so his sun was in the 11th house over where your Saturn is. So you were born about that's about 10 hours later. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. So your sun's now in the 7th house, just about to set. So you've got a lot of stuff going on in the house of relationships. Relationships are very important for you, and understanding other people and your partners. This is very important for you, and your heart is really with your partners. You really you probably crave a good partner, but you will do very well, and you will exchange a lot of love with a good partner. Yeah, but
I
your
sure
North
do.
Node. Sorry.
I sure do.
Oh, you got a partner?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, she's one lucky girl. You got Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, Sun in the 7th house, man. That means all of those principles: Venus, love and virtue; Mercury, communication, intellect; Sun, vitality and life; Jupiter, abundance and magnanimity. You are giving and receiving those energies. Some are giving, some are receiving, but you are totally in the element of partners. So I would be taking her out a lot of the house, because your Mars in the 7th house in Cancer by day, being a diurnal chart, this has got to bring some troubles into the home and your private life. Doesn't mean there's going to be trouble there, but it's not as good as your I would say your public life is better. Outdoors is better for you than indoors.
Right.
In terms of this T-square you've got here, it's a cardinal T-square in angular houses. It's very, very, very strong and explosive. So it might hurt your partnership, girl, relationship, whatever, in the home. It's going to be, there's a kind of a supercharged energy in your private life with Mars in Cancer. Mars falls in Cancer, loves Capricorn where he exalts, okay? So what that could mean also, though, is that Mars is stealing energy from your 10th house. Lots of actions coming your way in the public life, lots of dignity, glory, distinctions with Neptune and Uranus there, slowly but surely. In time.
Yeah, it is slowly. Yeah. But
slowly.
I'm not in a rush.
Now,
sometimes our timing is not nature's timing also, so we have to be patient.
Yeah. Yep.
That's right. And so your North Node in the 9th house, then that's where you need to point your nose, okay? Your future gains and prosperity will come from your higher learning, spiritual activity. Learn how to lucid dream, learn how to meditate, chant, teach people the holy science. Learn that, because your North Node in the 9th house requires you to. If you're lazy, it's going to be a life of chasing the wind. Don't neglect this. Okay, spiritual wisdom must be developed. Otherwise, you're going to come back. Now,
it's interesting because I've been meditating more than I ever have in my life, and just in the past few weeks, just really taking the time to just do it, and
Yep. You also have 8th house activity like Yannick, which means explosive creativity, especially with the moon and Pluto there. Pluto is direct, no retrogrades except for Saturn. The only retrograding planet is Saturn, but Pluto is a powerhouse of creativity in its domicile, Scorpio. So you've got a very productive, beautiful Pluto, powerhouse of sexual energy, sexual creativity, and not only that, occult creativity, brother. You've got the two polarized, okay? So your partner, learn left-hand tantric sex, and you will be able to absolutely grow your consciousness through proper sexual activity. And you, both you and your partner, if you grow your tantric wisdom, grow it, brother, because you need to channel higher energy through sexual activity, okay? Don't neglect that. Same with Yannick. All people who have 8th house placements need to stabilize their sexual energy and then transmute, man. Transmute, sublimate is the theme. If you continually ejaculate, you are going to go down the left-hand path, and you won't be able to, you will not do as the writers that I read, where you can grow your spiritual, gifts, right? If you're ejaculating, you don't get the spiritual gifts, period. Right. Okay. Now, you have a 12th degree in Aquarius, Saturn, like my son, of course, because I had my son when I had my Saturn return, and I also have a Saturnian, an Aquarian Saturn. So both you and me and my son, the three of us, we all have Saturn in Aquarius, which means we are ultimately humanitarian. Our ultimate goal is to advance the humanitarian cause. You want to enlighten people deeply, as Saturn does in Aquarius, retrograding. I have a direct Saturn, so it's different, but yours is more intense, and yours is more deliberate, and it's a repeat energy. You have to repeat this lesson and get it right. So a Saturnian Aquarius is a beautiful Aquarius. This is where Saturn is the best in Aquarius. It's his. Others might argue, they might say it's Libra, but where he exalts. And then others may say Capricorn, where he is in his night domicile. Aquarius is his day domicile. Your chart is a diurnal chart. The sun is above the this ascendant and descendant line. So you are actually you're really a people person with your see, most of your planets are above the ascendant, which means these people are externalizing, more public, more extroverted in their mode of learning. And so you are the externalized people person, because when the planets are to the right, which you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 planets on the right of the MC and the IMC. Those are people in the modality of receiving influence from other people and wanting to learn about them and understand them. So certainly if you and your partner, I would say with everything I've just read, if you keep things in the public realm, go out a lot, socialize with your friends, and teach them the science that you know. This is how you will grow. That's the best modality for you. Maybe you can activate the positive pole of your Mars and actually bring that also into the private life, but you will have to work on your Mars. So your Mars is definitely the weakest planet in this chart. I would be chanting to Mars, and that would be Om Mangalaya Namahe. Om Mangalaya Namahe. Work on that. Work with Mars, and I think once you you know, liberate Mars's fall in Cancer, lots of other stuff is going to you know, get rolling in your life, especially the public life, opposite Mars, where he is opposing, and also your relationships where he is squaring with your sun. Yeah, that right square to the sun is damaging the vital energy coming into your relationships house. So boost your Mars and your relationships will get much, much better.
Wow. That was
which they already
super
are.
thorough. Right. Thank you. That was, I'm sure there's so much more to go into.
Oh, there's a lot, man. There's a lot here. Your beautiful, your beautiful Sagittarius moon, brother. That's what the moon is, the reactor, the secret soul within, the emotional soul. The sun is the vital soul, the intelligent soul, the spiritual soul. The moon is more, it's a subset of the sun. They're twins, but the moon is more the emotional and the mind. The moon rules the mind and your emotional mind as well. So having a Sagittarius moon is very beautiful. You need that fire. Because your North Node is there. You need that Sagittarius in your 9th house as well. So your moon is connected to the 9th house as well as the 8th house, which is all spiritual creativity, occult, esoteric, higher learning. So channel the moon. She's actually sextiling your sun. That's beautiful, man. See that sextile between your moon in Sag and your sun in Libra. Those are two very harmonious masculine air and fire energies. This is telling you that your sun and the moon sextile through the element of man energy, male energy, and through the energies of Libra 7, Sagittarius 9. So you have a beautiful harmony in your soul between your lower soul and your higher soul, totally sextiling energy, which is harmonious. So there's not a lot of aggression there between the two, sun and moon. Very nice. And this reflects back to your mother and your father. I imagine your mother would have been in a relatively harmonious relationship with your father, and same with your father. And it shows probably your father with that Saturn retrograde, maybe less so, but definitely your mother and your father archetypes in your chart are very harmonious. Okay. So
absolutely.
Yep.
Very strong connection with them.
Yeah, well, you would. That sextile is harmonious. Okay, so you've got a lot of blue shift energy in your chart. The moon is very, very happy. You've got a glorious moon. Venus is not so happy. She's actually in Scorpio, where she falls, where she's in detriment. She rules and is domiciled in the opposite sign, Taurus. But that's okay. That's just it's still a water element which is where she's familiar. She's very familiar with water, and so this will give you, you know, harmony in the hormones. It will. Scorpio is all about the hormones and the generative system, sexuality. So to have the 8th house cusp pointing to the 8th sign is quite a nice coincidence, brother. It's supercharged creativity in terms of spiritual and also sexual, but life force, put it that way. All your life force is creative and expressive. Okay.
It's awesome. Now, real quick, when you're explaining most of the planets are in the external part, you know, saying I'm good with people and stuff, and then but I'm in an ascending Pisces. Isn't that more kind of like the opposite of that? You know, just because like ascending, you're ascending is what you see, you know, what people see of you, right? So I mean,
yeah, and it's opposite to what? What are you saying? It's different to what else in your chart?
Oh yeah, because what you were saying, you know, because I mean, yeah, my personality is pretty outgoing, but then there's times where, let's say, I'm just in a room full of people and I'm just kind of watching everybody. I'm not saying a whole lot. I mean, it's kind of like an ascending Pisces, right? So it has like the opposite kind of.
Well, yeah, it does. It's complementary but different to that. So you have to read the whole chart to really truly understand your nature. It's like a doctor would never say you've got a flu just because you've got a sore throat. You know, what about the headaches? What about the runny nose? What about the sore chest? Okay, so here we see through your 7th house placement, lots of love going to partners, lots of love going to other people. Pisces is also very loving in a universal way. It's the 12th sign. It's the feet. So you understand, even though you don't get understood. Your feet are standing. So you are the universal understander. An ascendant in Pisces means that your outer personality is understanding, okay? You won't get the understanding. You'll get the misunderstanding from people, but that's Pisces. That's the sad
Which happens,
side of
I feel like it's just right to a T, you know?
Yeah, so try to take the focus away from your outer personality rising Pisces and bring it to your true spiritual personality, which is Libran, and balance it out, okay?
Right.
And your moon in Sagittarius, blend in a bit of that Sagittarian energy, because anyone who has lots of stuff or anything going on in Sagittarius is really lucky, because 9 is completion. So to have the moon, your secret soul, complete and Sagittarian, in other words, she doesn't need to stay in the lower centaur horse nature. She wants to come out as a man now and transmute and sublimate. So secretly inside, this Sagittarian process of sublimating transmuting is always being cycled. And so your figure 8 stuff your number 8 stuff is also being cycled, a different kind. One is for transformation, one is for creativity, destroying and rebuilding purposes. But that moon in Sagittarius and sun in Libra will help with the Pisces ascendant in terms of they are more sort of spiritual in a balanced way. Masculine numbers 1, 3, 5, they unify, whereas feminine numbers, Eve numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, they divide straight down the middle. So the spiritual signs, Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, Aquarius, they are not divisible. Okay, so they're masculine in their energy, and so the Piscean feminine divided number 12, odd number. It's an even number, but it's still feminine. You will strengthen that with the Libran. Libra is also the scales, which does have a little bit of ambiguity to it, but it's a cardinal sign and it's not naturally ambiguous, okay, as the mutable bicorporeal signs. Yes, they do kind of second think themselves. They do get stuck into minds balancing, but once they stop procrastinating, they are very, very direct. Librans are direct like their opposite sign, Aries, and like their squaring signs, Capricorn and Cancer. Man, your Capricorns, once they've got something in their mind, they climb that mountain and they climb it good. Cancerians, they're always walking to the left or to the right in opposite directions as other people, sideways moving animal, but nonetheless they are direct as well. All the cardinal signs are. And so bring in your cardinal modality, because your other two, Sag and Pisces, are mutable, which gives you a lot of flexibility in your nature and easy goingness. Libra is not so easy going and it's judgmental, but this is how you can work with your natures. Outer personality, Piscean, life of the party, happy, hippie, visionary type people, love hanging out with people, gregarious. Libra is as well, but it will put you in charge and in command, whereas Pisces doesn't. It's too scattered. So if you want to control the situation more, go to your solar energy. Be more Libran, okay? Take control. If the Pisces outer personality is getting too wounded and hurt, because anything with Pisces is very sensitive. I've got a Pisces moon, and we get hurt. We do. And so bring out your solar hero. I have to bring out my solar Aries and my Leo rising to sort of combat my crying baby little Pisces,
Right. Could you explain, just if we won't take too much time, that North Node, if you can just kind of go over that again, like what does that exactly mean? I've always been really curious about the North Node, focus on the North Node.
Well, the North Node is saying that here is where, if you get this house right and work on this house in this incarnation and lifetime, other things will take care of themselves, because priorities here. The North Node Rahu, head of the dragon, is when the moon crosses the ecliptic path of the sun, which is the ecliptic. The moon is 5 degrees off that ecliptic. She has her own vortex. She makes a vortex like the sun, but it's upside down in relation to the sun's. The sun goes up to the Tropic of Cancer, down to the Tropic of Capricorn in a TP tent-like vortex. Tropic of Cancer is always at the top of the tent, Capricorn's at the bottom of the tent. And so as the sun does that, it goes up to Cancer, it compresses, blue shift, healing energy. Then it radiates and rarefies as it goes down to Capricorn, red shift, not so healing energy. And so the moon is doing that upside down. But when she crosses the ecliptic of the sun, she now is going to spend 2 weeks above the plane of the ecliptic of the sun. So this is your future. It's above. It's climbing up. Rahu, it's the head of the dragon. The head is on top. The tail
like the
is
Kundalini dragon? Is that what that's considered, or?
Yeah, it is.
The Kundalini. Now, it's flipped upside down though. You're saying the north. Well, maybe that has nothing to do with the north node, but it's just that that chart is flipped. So, like, what's the reasoning for that? Because Sagittarius would usually be underneath there.
No. If you're doing my chart, which puts Sagittarius down here,
Yeah.
well, you're going. Well, be careful because the houses go the other way. They go anti-clockwise.
Oh, okay. I
See,
gotcha.
here's the first house, second, third, fourth, fifth,
Okay.
sixth.
Is that to do with the ecliptic? Is that why? Because the what's the word? I can't think. Precession, right?
Okay.
Well, let's. I'll share my whiteboard. I'll explain this to you. No, it's got nothing to do with that.
Precession. Okay.
No, I'm going to share my whiteboard because now we can finish off with this. This is very important. We need to understand, because that's a good question. You put Sagittarius down the bottom where I put it with all my graphs, but the houses put it, the ninth house at the top. Let's do this, okay? Let's work this one out.
Someone was asking in the chat what kind of house system you're using.
Placidus. I always use Placidus. I do not use equal house or the Koch system or the Porphyry system. I always use Placidus because it's one of the most ancient ones, and it allows for refraction of the horizons, and it allows for how the flat Earth truly works, that people in the northern areas, their houses have to be adapted to the fact that they are at higher latitudes, and so the sun, as it comes through the houses, will take longer, in fact, to travel that portion of the skies. And so Placidus so does the Koch system, and so does the Porphyry. They're not equal or straight house system, but they are accurate. Okay, I will explain why they are accurate now, and I will be sharing my screen. Okay, so let's do that. Unshare. So let's explain that. Very important. This one. In my graphs, I always put my sine wave goes like this, and there is always the AC is here, and I put the DC over here. And so what we do now is we have here is the Tropic of Cancer. Here is the Tropic of Capricorn. And we notice that you've got all planets, 9 planets above here. So this is the daytime here. This is the day. This is the night. So you have to be able to work with 2 systems. It's confusing, yes, but you must. You want to be an astrologer, you must understand that the houses, everything starts here. The houses, 1 is here. 2, 3, anti-clockwise. But when I do my graphics, my charts, I always have Aries here, the number 1 sign. This is the number 1 house. This is the number 1 sign. Why? Because Aries will always be here in number 1, always. Taurus, Pisces. So your day planets, they're in the day. Aries to Virgo, they are all day. Cancer, Leo. So if your planets are here, that means they are blessed with daylight. Any planets here, if you were born at 12 o'clock, your sun will be here. So you'll be a nocturnal. This will be a nocturnal chart. Sun in the 10th house, 12 o'clock. Sun in the 4th house or 3rd house, doesn't matter, 12 o'clock. This is 12 midday. This is 12 midnight. This is 6 sunrise. This is sunset. In astrology, even in the Hindu system, it's the same thing. They have a square right? So what they do is this. And what do I have to do now? Yeah, like this. So usually they put their first house, they put it here, their number one, and go around this way. Everything goes around this way. But some Jyotish Hindu sidereal astrologers, they put it here where it should be. It should be here. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now, in tropical, your planets, they will still be here. Your planets will be here. And they stop. You've got 9 planets. You've got 9 planets which are all in the 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th, and 7th house, above the horizon, same as here. But they are in the daytime because this is the daytime. You were born in the afternoon. Your sun is here in the 7th house. I also have a sun in 7th house because I was born at 4:30. I was born at 4:19. When were you born?
Which one?
What time were you born?
6:19.
Yeah, 6:19.
6:19. Yeah, 2 hours later than me, 4:19. And yet we both have, mine's right close to the 8th house. Your sun's down here. So there's 2 hours. Sorry?
Oh, sorry. My allergies are bugging me, so I'm sniffling.
Ah, okay. No worries. Okay, so an individual that has all their planets above that line, they are, this is extroverted, and this is introverted. This is the public house, the 10th house. This is the private. So private people, public people, personal people who are more sort of self-centered.
Yeah.
People who have planets here are more other people-centered. Personal, non-personal. Private, non-private. Why? Because to understand this, you have to understand my graph, that Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, they will always be on top. They will always be there figuratively, not factually, literally. You have to understand that when you go through the house system, Aries now becomes the 12th house. Sun in the 12th house between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. Anyone born between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. will have the sun around here. Okay, probably in the 12th house. All right, my son was born at 8:30. He has his sun here. His sun was here in the Taurus part of in the 11th house, in the Taurus part of the day. It doesn't mean the sun's in Taurus. It doesn't mean that at all. It might be in Leo. Well, my son was Libran, and his son, and he, like you, and his son's here in the Taurus part of the day, where the sun, between 8 and 10 in the morning, the sun is always channeling its energy through that part of its climbing up to the MC, midday. So it will always be, this is the house of friends. So it'll always be friendly here. This is the public house of career. This is beautiful. When the sun doesn't like this house, the 12th house is not friendly to the sun. People with the sun in the 11th house and 10th house, they have a lot of success in the outer public life. People with the sun here, they have a lot of spiritual success. This is the house of spiritual wisdom. So you must put Aries, Taurus, Gemini figuratively here, always when you do your astrology. So when you're doing See here, you can see the house system. I've got the sidereal square inside, and I've got, here is the ascendant. Everything starts here. You can see here clearly, first house, second house, and it corresponds to the first house in Hindi. Second house, third house, fourth house. Pay attention. Please pay attention. But as the daily planets and signs go around every day, they're actually going around anti-clockwise in order, and the planets, right? As they're doing that, the sun rises here and goes up this way. So this is 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Anyone born there will have the sun in the 12th house. So this is 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Anyone born there will have their sun in the 11th house. They'll be very lucky. Anyone born between 10 and 12 will be lucky in the public house. Anyone born between 12 midday and 2 will have their sun in the 9th house. They will be long journey people. They'll be traveling the world. And they will be higher learning people, spiritual. Anyone who was born between 2 and 4 will have their sun in the 8th house. Okay, so you can see then that is the daytime and this is the nighttime. But the houses will always start from here and go around that way, down from this point, not up. They start, that's the signs go the other way, but the houses always, everything starts here. Okay, everything. And why does the first house start here and then the second house here and not go the other way? Well, because this is the first house that rises. This is the rising sign. So if you're born over here, your sun is over here in Libra, and your Pisces ascendant, you've got Pisces rising. Well, that means Pisces is in the first house because it's the first one to rise. Then the next one will follow that and rise second. So it belongs to the second house. So whatever is here is first in order, coming up, rising. So if you've got Mars rising, you're a fighter. You're an action hero because Mars is in the first house, which describes you. Okay, the second house will be second in turn to follow the rising one, because in 1 hour's time, the rising one will have risen and occupied the 12th house. And then the second one will come up. So that's how you read the house system. You've got to see this is the starting point. So whatever is here is first to rise, hence the first house. All right, guys, unless you've got questions, we can start winding up.
No, that's cool with me. I think we kept you long enough. And people in the chat, there's all kinds of people from Europe. They're up late. Jiki had to leave at 3 o'clock in the morning, so it's good. I think the vibrations were, again, at the max, and it's what we're looking for. To elevate our vibrations, it's a frequency and vibrational game, so that's what we want to do, raise our vibration and constantly go higher and higher, and, finding... New ways to make it work together. That's what we have to do, come together and make it work. So that's what we do every week, and encourage other people to do the same. This is exactly what we're doing, shining our light. Simple.
Exactly.
So we will be back next week with Pilot Alex, airplane pilot, one of his friends from Portugal also. And we will have another chat next Saturday, same time. Why not?
Okay, so we're going to have an international pilot who is a flat earther, of course, because he's living on a flat earth. And he's going to join me, you, and Rob. I know this guy. He writes to me, so we email. And he's going to show us all of his very, very high elevation flat earth pictures.
Nice.
I would like to invite the Panty Boys to join us. Come on, they're so cute. I want Cullen. He's my #1 Panty Boy. Can you join us, please, Cucky Boy?
Oh, he can, but I don't think they will.
Oh yeah, come on! You can teach us about ejaculating and how to go to hell. Come on, false
Yeah, how to
prophet.
go to hell.
Come on, deceiver who is himself deceived. And Danny and Christopher, plagiarists.
Reptilians.
Reptilians.
Yeah, come on, guys. Take your panties off. Some normal clothes on. It's not a good look. Boy panties doesn't do anything for me. I know you're trying to get my attention, and I know you want to be my boyfriends, but I don't know.
No,
I'm not interested.
not just in this time.
I'm heterosexual. Strange.
That's it. So thank you very much, Santos. Great pleasure again to have you on and share these divine moments with you. Look, I thank the divine that it's recorded, and because these are very, very special moments for me. Anyway, for all of you, I'm sure we learn a lot every time you come on. It's not like I say all the time, don't believe everything we say. Take what's good for you, discard the rest, make sense of it. It doesn't mean that we want to shove it down your throat. We're just exposing what we have to talk about. That's it. And take what's good, discard the rest, and rise and shine. Shine your light. We're out.
Yeah, great.
Hey, thanks for doing my chart, Santos. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much.
Mon plaisir. À la prochaine.
À la prochaine,
À
mon
la
frère.
prochaine. Bonne
Thank
journée.
you. You too.
See ya.
Bye-bye.